What's up, everybody? Talk about anarchism real quick. If you ask people on the street what it is, they're almost all going to say chaos. And even in dictionaries, it'll say that. But you break down the etymology of the word, and it means without. And archon means ruler, so it's without rulers. It's not without rules. And generally speaking, the true anarchists are the most moral lots you'll find. They're not fucking these anarcho-communists and anarcho-socialists and anarcho fucking all these weird factions of it. So yeah, without rulers, not without rules, and it's side by side in harmony with natural law. Don't be robbing people, no stealing, no assaulting, no murder, no raping, no lying, no coercing, and no trespassing. It's that simple. So here's some tenets of anarchism that makes it real simple. It's completely voluntary, and you got the right to secession. So if you're a part of a group, it will be voluntary, and if you choose to leave, ain't nobody gonna fucking stop you. It cannot be created or sustained with aggression or subjugation. There's no force involved. As I said, it is voluntary. If you decide that you want to leave, fucking go. It ain't a big deal. It's a shame that things can't be like that or are not like that. It relies on the idea that if an individual is unable to care for themselves, the members of the community will offer to help them. Which we all know that's true. People are fine with paying fucking taxes to a corrupt government that squanders all their money. And that's where most people support government in the first place, out of some weird mind fuck that plays on their good nature. Although it may be, twisted and perverted, their, what they want and shit, but their intentions are usually well, up until now at least. With COVID, even then, I think with COVID, people's intentions are well, that they just can't see what they're helping create. It leaves the individual free to govern themselves. Like I said, internal monarchy, external anarchy. I rule myself, and out here nobody rules me. But I rule myself based on them 7 laws, like I said. No assault, no murder, no rape, no theft, no trespassing, no lying, and no coercion. It's all so fucking easy. Do unto others, because nobody wants those things done to them. And if they tell you that they do or they're okay with it, they're fucking brainwashed. Or they're I don't know, something fucking wrong with them. It can provide social services. The only contingency is that the funding for those programs should be 100% voluntary. As I said, people support government out of fear and some twisted form of, we gotta help the homeless and what about roads and blah blah blah, because they actually care about shit, but they lost the step somewhere along the lines of willing to put their own shit into action. They want to hand off all the responsibilities to mommy and daddy government. So if you fucking own up to your own shit. And it does take a village, but these things, it can be done on individuality all across the board. It has within it the ability to satisfy and sustain all, including all these isms. Because, like I said, people do this shit because they think they're doing the right thing. And you don't have to force people to do shit to be good. And we'll get to some quotes that'll really, get that idea across. The idea is total freedom for the individual. All this shit's about protecting minorities. We're gonna do shit for minorities. There's no minority greater than the individual. Hold on. Sorry about that. Here's one. Since few men are wise enough to rule themselves, even fewer men are wise enough to rule others. Ain't that the fucking truth? Yeah, you want government because you think that people can't rule themselves, but who's government? It's people. So you think that people can't rule themselves, but you think that a small group of people that have no accountability for their actions and can make up whatever the fuck they want are fit to rule over people. It's the mental gymnastics to put that in your head and spew it out your fucking mouth and then applaud when it happens in real life is insane. Anarchy is a responsibility. It's a choice. You know, I want the freedom to make my own mistakes. I don't need nor want some fucking massive entity that tries to control me like puppet strings and shit. And you don't have the right to do that either because you put us in danger by by voting that shit in, by wanting that shit to happen. You put everybody else in danger. And you're not a moral, virtuous person because all the programs that you want funded through government, it's an armed extortion racket. So you want this and that, feed the homeless. Well, you by doing that, you're robbing people at the barrel of a gun and putting them in financial straits. So you need to think about that. And then this is a good one. Balance between the passion and the heart and the reason of the mind. The outcome is the balance of might and right. And I think that says a lot about how to be free. The balance of might and right, because you got to do what's right, but you got to be fucking tough and back it up with action when people try to come in and take that shit. And then just a question for you. Let me know what you think. What do you think would happen if nobody voted ever? We just stopped voting here in America. I'll tell you what would likely happen is the whole, because they say, well, you gave us consent to be governed by your vote. They would still place themselves in office and still do all the same shit. Nothing would fucking change. But one thing it would do is if everybody collectively got together and said, we ain't voting you in, so we don't, we're not abiding by this fucking social contract anymore. I never signed a contract, but anyway, they would expose themselves for what they are. They're just power-hungry fucking lunatics. But those are just some things to think about. Swirl around in your head. Have a great day.